Okay, so back, we had to do a two-part video because it takes a little bit to go over this particular assignment. So back to the appendix in this PDF file, and what you can see is I did find the price. This is at the manifold, so we're back down here to parts for electrical system, and we looked at oxygen sensor. And remember, we do have a 3-liter, so we're looking for job number 12. So this is job 3-12 is the particular job number. And right here, we see oxygen sensor. This shows 2.2 liter. That's not what we have. We have a 3-liter, so we got to make sure that we order the correct part. And this is at the exhaust manifold, so it's a part number 09129871, and the total price is $195. So that's what we'll be charging. Now, if we had to do the labor for this, we would again scroll up. Labor comes first, so it's a labor and parts guide. So labor is the first thing. So we're coming up to labor and looking for O2 sensor. So we come up here and we say, okay, well now I'm in the labor section. As you can see right here, labor of electrical, section 3. And we're going to find oxygen sensor R and R, which means remove and replace. R and I would be remove and install. And each of those has a designation as to what exactly you're doing there. So we're looking again down through here and we say, okay, oxygen sensor. Well, notice here, 2.2 liter. That is not what we have. We got to make sure that we use the 3-liter, the correct part for the car. And we can see here at the manifold. So if we're doing it at the manifold, we're replacing that O2 sensor, which was $195. We come over here and we see what is called factory time. Factory time is like warranty time. It's the car is brand new. It's really easy to get stuff apart. It's not rusted. It's not stuck in place. We're not going to have to use your torch to heat it up and get it out. So here you see 4/10 of an hour, and that's for factory. So if you were a technician at a dealership, typically if it's under warranty, that's what you're going to get paid. Now, if it's at an independent shop or if it's out of warranty, we're typically going to use this other time. Now, you will sometimes see at a dealership, it'll say warranty time versus a factory time. In this book, this is an aftermarket type book, so probably produced by Motor, one of those kind of companies. So we see what they would charge at the dealership versus what they would charge in an independent shop. You guys can add any amount of time you want in the real world. If that O2 sensor takes you an hour and 50 minutes and the book says 0.5, you charge an hour and 50 minutes. If that's what it takes, that's what you pay for, or that's what you charge for. Otherwise, again, you're going to go out of business. So every once in a while, you'll come across something on a labor time guide that in real world, it takes you a lot longer to do. You adjust your prices accordingly, and your boss is going to take care of that. The manager that's responsible for that shop is going to figure out what they have to charge for that job to make money, because your technicians cannot do it in the book time. So there's no law against that. You can do whatever you need to do. These time guides are kind of a suggestion. So the typical technician, experienced technician, should be able to get this O2 sensor out within 30 minutes without any trouble. Okay? It could be heating, and that could be doing all kinds of crazy things to get that O2 sensor out of there. But they're going to charge you, or they're going to charge the customer 0.5. All right? So for the sake of doing these repair orders and doing these assignments, you want to use the motor time labor. How much time there? And we're doing it to, again, the tenths of an hour. So don't add additional time because you think, well, in the real world it's going to take more time. For this assignment, just use the book time. Just making sure that you understand that in the real world they do adjust these sometimes. Okay, so for our job for the O2 sensor, we're going to charge $195 for that part. We're going to charge 0.5 for the amount of time. And if we charge $100 an hour, that's $50 in labor. So 50 plus 195 gives you the total amount for parts and labor. Then, of course, you have to put your tax on. So if the tax is like here in Maine, we only tax on parts. So you want to make sure that you just tack that tax price onto the parts. And you guys hopefully know how to do percentage problems, or you have a calculator with a percentage button to figure that out. All right, so that's the assignment, is going through, figuring out how to use the labor time guide, how to total up prices, and how to come up with a complete invoice that we would give to our cashier. and they would collect the money from that customer then. And then, of course, that's documentation to show that we did the repair for that customer and received payment in full. All right. Hopefully that answers any kind of questions. It's not that hard of an assignment. Again, you have an index. It's pretty easy to use. I've had people in the past that had trouble finding seals and things like that. So you have to dig a little sometimes with these books. But if you use the index, you shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever finding it, just like we did. Index will show you the page number, and then from there you should be able to get your operational number, as we saw right here, oxygen sensor. Okay. All right. Well, good luck, guys. Have fun with that activity. And I believe that's everything for the week that we needed to cover. And I will talk to you guys again soon.